All right, sir. We'll start. Good
Yeah,
morning,
ma'am.
one and all. Good morning, one and all. I, Assistant Dipali Khaure, on behalf of Seva Mandal Education Society, Srimati Kamlaben Gambhirchand Law School, welcomes you all. We have gathered here for today's webinar organized on electronic evidence and its admissibility in courts. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome today's key speaker, Advocate Pankaj Bafna, sir. I would like to introduce Sir. Sir is an expert
Yeah, ma'am.
in cybercrime law and investigators in cybercrime and cyber forensics. Advocate Pankaj Bafna, sir, is a law graduate from Government Law College, having more than 24 years of experience in legal practice. He is also on panel of Union Bank of India for handling cybercrime cases. He is a faculty trainer for Maharashtra Police on cybercrime investigations and trials and forms a part of advisory committee to Mumbai and Maharashtra Police. Sir is also involved in compliance agreements, drafting of compliance agreements to e-trade and the privacy policy and terms and conditions, etc. for the e-commerce companies. He has been part of drafting committee appointed by Ministry of Home Affairs India for drafting and amending the Information Technology Act in the year 2019, and the new draft bill is already before the Ministry of Home Affairs. He is visiting faculty at Mumbai University for post-graduation diploma course in cyber law. Sir has also authored many articles on various aspects of cyber law and has been panelist and speaker at more than 750 various schools and institutions for many information technologies laws and cybercrime related events and national seminars. Sir is also actively associated with various NGOs and trade associations, to name them Lions Club International, People for Animals, FICCI, Indian Merchants Chamber, Indo-American Society, Gems and Jewelry Export Promotion Councils, European Chamber of Commerce, Indian Business Group, that is IBG, and many more. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you, sir, and thank you for accepting our invitation and giving your valuable time for today's webinar, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for inviting me. Can I start?
Yes, sir.
Can I start the session?
Yes,
Am I
yes,
audible?
sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah.
You can proceed the session, sir.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. And it's an immense pleasure that I've been invited over here to deliver a talk on electronic evidence and its admissibility in court. As you all are law students and you are going to face the courts in the near future, and the future is of information technology, that is cyber. All this nowadays, if you see, everyone is handy with the cyber world and they know how to use electronic gadgets. And especially when we are into the law field, it is our duty to know everything about what will be accepted and what not in the court of law. Now, as I don't have to explain what gadgets are being used in today's world and how we are entering into the cyber world. Because everyone is on social media, everyone is using some way or the other the text format as well as the latest gadgets. Now, the main thing is that whenever a case has been filed under the Information Technology Act, which is a new law in our country, where people are still not well versed with this particular segment of the law. So the problem is coming that how to go ahead with it, just lodging the complaint along with the law enforcement agencies, then taking across ahead with the judiciary. It is lacking over there because of ample of things. First thing is the format of filing a complaint. Second is the type of crimes which are happening, which still 95% people of them, they don't know exactly what crime has happened with them. Hindi and English will do, or only English? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can I continue in Hindi also, or only English?
Sir, both, as per your convenience, sir,
No,
absolutely.
because some of the students might be not understanding the type of English which I am going to speak. That's why, because it's a high funda in the Information Technology Act.
No,
So,
no issue, sir.
Yeah,
No
but
issue.
लेकिन एक चीज है, अगर हमें इस फील्ड में प्रैक्टिस करना है तो वी शुड बी वेल वर्स्ड विद दिस पर्टिकुलर टर्मिनोलॉजी ऑफ द साइबर वर्ल्ड, क्योंकि एवरीथिंग इज इन इंग्लिश एंड इट्स अ foreign dominated particular segment. So in this, the first thing problem comes is how to lodge a complaint, whom to approach, कहाँ जाना है हमें complaint lodge करने के लिए. First of all, जैसे ही अगर किसी के साथ some victim is there, he or she doesn't know what has happened with them. Most of the cases which we hear or read in the newspapers as well as the social media is about monetary frauds and monetary targets. But there are ample of things which is away from these particular segments. बहुत सी चीजें होती है इस साइबर वर्ल्ड की दुनिया के अंदर जहां लोगों को समझ में भी नहीं आता उनके साथ हुआ क्या, और जब समझ में आता है then they don't know where to approach. So immediately they rush to the nearest police station or to the cyber police station in whichever state they are. वहां जाने के बाद when the police officer, whoever is sitting over there, the duty officer, takes down the complaint, we are lacking from there. वहां एविडेंस क्या प्रोड्यूस किया जाता है बिफोर द पुलिस? The police officer, he himself is not well versed with the type of evidence which is to be collected by him from the complainant or the victim. Secondly, even if the complainant gives a particular piece of paper in the form of an evidence or a gadget in the form of primary evidence, the officer has to know the procedures, because tomorrow he has to file the sheet and produce it before the appropriate court of law. The second step over there. Third comes the defense lawyer or the prosecution lawyer. He or she is still not well versed with how to proceed and how to get it admitted in the court of law. The defense will always try to see that it is not exhibited in the court, in the charge sheet, and the prosecution has to see that it is exhibited. The problem starts from there. Under what provisions it has to be done? We go normally with the procedure of CRPC and we try to get it done, but as information technology is a special law, and all of other acts have been amended to club it along with the information technology. Example, CRPC is amended, CPC is amended, Indian Evidence Act is amended, because आज की तारीख में हर केस के अंदर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एविडेंस होता है, whether it's a cyber case or it's a normal case which is presented before the court. Example, I'll just give you all. You might be knowing everyone कहीं ना कहीं इंटर्नशिप कर रहे होंगे, और someone might be having family oriented profession also. हम जब केस फाइल करते हैं कोर्ट के अंदर, it's a paper work, fully paper. We attach along with it exhibits. We get it where we attach the copies of a particular document, which itself nowadays in today's world it is counted as an electronic evidence. हम कहीं से xerox लगवाते हैं, xerox निकालते हैं, because ample of cases where I have been hired to challenge the electronic evidence in the court. अगर कोई जैसे सिविल केस की बात करो, सिविल केस में अगर प्लेंटिफ कोई एविडेंस लगा रहा है पर्टिकुलर पेटिशन के साथ में, तो माय रोल इज आई एम हायर्ड एज अ काउंसिल जस्ट टू चैलेंज दैट पर्टिकुलर एविडेंस जब उनकी एग्जामिनेशन इन चीफ इज बीन फाइल्ड बिफोर द कोर्ट, कि इसको सिर्फ चैलेंज करो. Over there, I take the advantage of the lack of knowledge of the plaintiff's lawyer or the plaintiff, where they don't know the procedure of getting it admitted before the court. क्योंकि जो भी डॉक्यूमेंट्स पेटिशन के साथ में लगाया गया, that is a copy. It's not the original documents. It's a copy of the original, which is removed in the form of a Xerox, which has been taken from a Xerox machine. Today, a Xerox machine is termed and counted as a computer, because in the definition in the Information Technology Act, the definition of a computer is wherever there is an input, there is an output, and there is a storage of in a particular device, then the terminology of computer is applicable to that particular device. अगर आप जेरोक्स मशीन अगर आप लोगों ने देखा होगा तो all these three features are there in the today's machine, where input is the scanner where we put our document, second is the output where we get the Xerox copy, and the third is the storage, मेमोरी के अंदर वो स्टोर होता है. सो इट इज टर्म्ड एज अ कंप्यूटर. तो जो भी आउटपुट हमें मशीन से निकलता है तो दैट इज काउंटेड एज इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एविडेंस. So when that is attached, now it is our duty to prove to the court, sir, when I'm attaching an electronic evidence along with my document, it has to be accepted under this particular provisions of the Information Technology Act or the Indian Evidence Act, which I have seen majority of the lawyers as well as the people who are the plaintiff or the petitioners, they are not well versed with this particular provisions, और वो कोर्ट के सामने दे देते हैं. Court also accepts it unless and until it is challenged by the defense. जब तक कोई challenge नहीं करेगा, court will never object to whatever you are giving. Court will accept, okay, you have given me the compilation of the particular evidence, I have accepted it. Immediately they'll put it before the opposite person, the defendant or the defense. Whether do you want to challenge, whether do you want to file your reply or say on this particular documents. अगर defense में, if it's a criminal case, then the defense or the defendant in a civil case doesn't challenge that, then it is accepted in the court and the trial will continue. But if you are a specialized, you have the well knowledge of the electronic evidence, you can challenge it. You have to put it before the court. Sir, you have to give an application to the court. I hereby object to this production of these documents before this court, and court cannot exhibit because they have not been following under the purview of the electronic evidence, as well as they are not complied with the Evidence Act. Over there itself, if you put an application, the court will immediately stay it, and then they'll put it forward back to the person who is filing that evidence. Okay, prove it before me that this is electronic evidence or a documentary evidence. यहाँ पे ही आपका केस रुक जाता है. अगर आप प्रूव नहीं कर सके तो वहां पे केस आपका आगे ही नहीं चलेगा, बिकॉज जब तक एविडेंस फाइल नहीं होगा, ट्रायल कैन नॉट स्टार्ट. So this is the basic, the backbone of a particular case, whether civil or criminal. So this is where we have to take care. We should be well versed with the Evidence Act as well as the Information Technology Act. Every case is today somewhere or the other related to the Information Technology Act. But जैसे मैंने कहा, जब तक डिफेंस वाला चैलेंज नहीं करेगा, it will be going smoothly as it was going earlier. So this is the first role of a lawyer if you are going to start your defense practice. Now comes the prosecution. Suppose you are the plaintiff or the prosecution and you want to get it admitted. Then along with your evidence, you just have to mention the particular provision, the particular section which allows the court to accept it as electronic evidence. अगर electronic evidence court ने accept किया, if you have followed that particular provisions and the procedures of the Indian Evidence Act as well as the IT Act, then comes the second role, which is the proving of those documents that these are genuine. अगर आपने कोई फॉर एग्जांपल जेरोक्स लगाया है आपका बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट इन अ पर्टिकुलर पिटीशन, तो बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट को आपको प्रूव करना है कि दिस इज एन आउटपुट फ्रॉम द ओरिजिनल, इन विच देयर इज अ पर्टिकुलर अमेंडमेंट इन इंडियन एविडेंस एक्ट which is now well versed with most of 99% of the law agencies as well as the judiciary, which is section 65 of the Indian Evidence Act. In that you have to prove, you have to undertake and on oath and give it to the court that yes, I undertake that this document which is annexed here, along with this is an electronic evidence, and I am certifying that this is an output of the original primary evidence. If you give a certificate, then only the court will accept it. Otherwise, court will not accept it. That is known as the certificate under section 65B/4 clause of the Indian Evidence Act. This is where you have to certify. Majority nowadays which is happening, हम सिर्फ एक नॉर्मल से एक फॉर्मेट होता है, जैसे हम एक एफिडेविट बनाना है, गए कोई पर्टिकुलर जेरोक्स वेंडर के पास, वो खुद भी एफिडेविट बना के दे देता है विदाउट नोइंग व्हाट आर योर रिक्वायरमेंट्स. द सेम थिंग इज हैपनिंग नाउडेज. Just to satisfy the court, okay, we have complied with the procedures, we are just annexing a single piece of paper in the form of a certificate and annexing it along with it and giving it to the court. But that is wrong. The defense, agar well versed with the Indian Evidence Act, he will challenge it, because just a mere single page certifying the authenticity of the document is not valid. You have to put it on oath in the form of an affidavit. certificate along with an affidavit will only prove the genuinity of that particular document. Now, this is if it's a Xerox. There are if some of you might have read the Information Technology Act, there is a provision in the Information Technology Act which has some sub clauses which proves which gives you authority to prove the electronic evidence from documentary till audio, video, or any other format which is being produced before the court. This is the normal court procedures. Now comes how to collect the electronic evidence. For example, nowadays, as you all are still law students, you might not be well versed with those high-end types of cases which are presented before the court. The normal scenario which goes across amongst the teenagers as well as the young age group is social media के अंदर, for example, fake profile page बन गया. Now immediately rushing to the police. कि sir, मेरे किसी ने मेरा fake profile page बनाया है, and that person is targeting my friends in the form of monetary demands or some other nonsense things. When you go to the police, you have to go in a written format. आपकी complaint एक written format के अंदर होनी चाहिए. Putting down your total complaint in details, along with the URL as well as the log report of that particular page. Secondly, how will you tell the police or the law enforcement agencies that yes, आपका fake profile page बना है? What we do, we take a screenshot of that particular page, attach it along with your complaint, prepare a 65B certificate. There are formats available. नहीं है, go through some of the cases जो आपके offices में, if you are doing some interns or if you have some connectivity with your friends who are working in this Information Technology Act, collect out of a 65B certificate, prove that document का जो screenshot हमने Facebook से निकाला है या any social media से निकाला है, it is a genuine document and it has been converted in the form of a screenshot. Because when you are browsing a particular page that is having a different format, and when you take a screenshot, that gets converted into a different format. So that means the original document is not annexed along with your complaint. So you have to prove that sir, it has been converted from a particular extension file to a particular extension file, and it is annexed herewith, and I certify that it is being done by myself. I'm having a technical knowledge about this particular procedure, and the computer from which I have removed this extract was in working condition when I have removed this particular page or particular output. And you have to write down the model number or the serial number of that particular system, the printer or the computer from where you have extracted this document. It's a simple procedure. It sounds very lengthy, but it's a very simple procedure. Annex it along with your complaint and give it to the officer. The 50% of the burden of the officer will get reduced when you prove your authenticity of the document. The police officer will immediately write down to the nodal officer of that particular social media against whom you are having the complaint of the fake profile page. He will attach your complaint along with the certificate. Send it in the form of an attachment to the nodal officer of that particular media company. Once the nodal officer of that company receives the authenticated certificate as well as the complaint sent by the police, they will immediately block that particular page and delete that particular profile. This is a simple procedure which you have to follow. But unless and until you certify that particular page and give it to the police, this will not happen. So first thing is that it's a simple, rather than going to the court and getting the things done, taking an order from the court, directing the particular intermediary company to come down and removal of that particular content. It's a lengthy procedure, time-consuming procedure. So it's better you follow. This is an advice which you can give it to your people also, your relatives, your friends, or your clients. If you are into the consultancy field, you can give it to your clients. This is the procedure, immediate procedure. Follow it before giving the complaint. This is regarding a social media. For example, आपके साथ में कोई बैंक फ्रॉड हो गया, आपका कोई पर्टिकुलर ये एवरीडे रूटीन है. You open the newspapers, you open the channels, you'll get कि मेरा पैसा गया, मेरा suddenly OTP share हो गया, मेरा 60,000 गया, मेरा 70,000 गया. How will you prove that this money has been gone without your negligence? Because banks will always try to put the blame on you. Yes, you have shared your credentials, so you come under the preview of negligence, not cheating or theft. So once if you come under the caption of negligence, bank are not liable to repay your money back. So this is where again you have to prove your evidence. Yes, without my knowledge and permission, my bank account has been stolen. My money has been withdrawn by some unknown third persons, for which I am a victim. In that case, whenever you go approach the local police or you approach your banker to intimate them that these transactions are not done by me and disputing these transactions, you have to annex the alert message which has been received by you either in the form of a media company or from a normal SMS text. Annex that particular screenshot, the same format 65B4, साथ में दीजिए, give it to the police. Police immediately will follow the same procedures. They will write down to the bank, the beneficiary bankers, ये particular transaction जो इस account के अंदर credit हुआ है, those are fraudulent. Block those money and return back that money into the complainant's account. That is also a simple procedure if you follow properly. But if you delay it, you just go to the bank, police or to the bank, just along with a printout of your SMS alert, that will not solve your queries. Banks will take it, the police will take it, but you will not get because RBI also has some procedures which have to be followed. Everywhere, evidence is required because fraudsters also follow the same procedure. Fake complaints are being lodged in crores of rupees. I am handling ample of cases which is above 100 crores and there is a very major bank, which is a nationalized bank. 127 crores have been shifted off from their account. One more bank is there where 1100 crores has been taken away from by the cyber fraudsters. Problem is over there. Again, they are lacking in the electronic evidence. They couldn't prove, yes, some third person has entered into your arena, taken away the money from these particular accounts. सिर्फ स्क्रीनशॉट या लॉग रिपोर्ट्स लगाने से नहीं होता है. दैट कैन बी क्रिएटेड बाय एनीवन इन टुडेज वर्ल्ड. इट्स अ डिजिटल वर्ल्ड. डीटीपी से सब कुछ बन जाता है. सो दिस इज वेयर द कोर्ट्स आर आल्सो फेसिंग दिस प्रॉब्लम्स where how to get the authenticity of the documents. Audio clippings, when we most of the people say मेरे पास इसके recording है, इसने मेरे को ये गाली दी थी, इसने मेरे साथ में ये cheating की थी, I got the recording of that particular person. First of all, whether that recording falls under the ambit of law, is it allowed, whether the law gives you permission to record the conversation of a particular person without his knowledge and permission. Recently, just last week, there was a major Supreme Court judgment where it's a family dispute case where the husband used to record the conversation of the wife and he produced it before the family court. Supreme Court immediately rejected that evidence. Okay? Any recording done by a person without the knowledge and the permission of the person whose conversation is recorded is not accepted in the court of law. So audio recordings bhi hoti hai because that can mimic it easily. कोई भी किसी की आवाज में वो बना सकता है. तो इसलिए it becomes very difficult to prove that this voice is genuine of the person against whom you are filing this complaint. If it is a genuine complaint, if you're having a genuine software installed on your mobile or on your system, whichever is being used for recording, you should have an authenticated genuine software. You have to again verify that this audio has been recorded in this particular format. I am annexing here with the certificate again, proving that this audio is genuine and it is not duplicated, it is not mimicized, and this is the version in which the recording has been done. Most of the people mobile के अंदर recording करते हैं, applications download करते हैं from the particular Play Store or the iPhone, और download करने के बाद वो recording करते हैं, pen drive में convert करते हैं. So this is where the procedure of evidence starts. First of all, the application which has been downloaded on your particular mobile phone, whether that was a free version or it was a paid version. If it is a paid version and you have downloaded it, you have to prove whether your mobile phone, the handset, supports that particular audio software, that particular app, and the app has the licenses to operate and sell out those particular softwares. You have to go through the terms and conditions of that particular app, verify the contents of that particular terms and conditions and the privacy policy of those particular apps, whether they have been authenticated by whichever country they are being operated, plus whether they are following the Information Technology Act of India. These are the things which has to be mentioned in the terms and conditions. If it is not there, then the defense can immediately challenge this and it will go to the garbage. It will go to the dustbin. It will not be accepted by the court. So ये आपको चेक करना है जब आप डाउनलोड करते हो. थर्ड, अगर इनबिल्ट सॉफ्टवेयर है, most of the gadgets nowadays have an inbuilt software. So whenever you purchase a particular gadget, whenever you purchase a laptop or a mobile phone from the vendor, go to the particular website of that company. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपने सैमसंग का मोबाइल खरीदा है, खरीदने के बाद सैमसंग के वेबसाइट पे जाइए, आप पंच इन करके चेकआउट व्हाट आर बीइंग प्रोवाइडेड बाय द कंपनी देमसेल्व्स. अगर उन्होंने किया है कि भाई ओके दिस पर्टिकुलर रिकॉर्डिंग ऐप इज आल्सो बीन प्रोवाइडेड, इनबिल्ट है, then you have to send register over there, so that then they'll send you a document or a certificate in the form of a certificate that this we are certifying that these softwares are genuine softwares by Samsung and they have been authorized to enclub it along with the gadget at the time of selling. So this proves the authenticity of the software. Now suppose if this authenticity also is being followed by you and you are presenting it now before the court of law, you have to give your own certificate कि हाँ मैंने जब रिकॉर्डिंग की this particular recording, because बहुत से gadgets के अंदर होता है कि the opposite person also comes to know yes his voice is being recorded or he gets an alert कि मेरा conversation कहीं पे record हो रहा है. If it doesn't objects or he allows you, for example अगर आप कोई भी बैंक के इस पे जाएंगे hotline services पे या customer care, they alert you that this call is being recorded for your purpose, for your legal purpose or as well as a clearance purpose. That means they are accepting your permission, they're taking your permissions. So this also are there inbuilt some softwares. अगर वो भी है तो आपकी genuinity prove हो जाती है. लेकिन अगर आपने किसी से भी permission नहीं लिया और उसको unknowingly कर लिया है and that person comes to know, then he will a case of violation of privacy against you. Violation of privacy is an offense in the Information Technology Act as well as in IPC. वो केस अगर आपके अगेंस्ट में दाखिल हो गया, so instead of, and once a case is registered against you, you will not be able to put it before the court as an evidence because it is being challenged by the opposite party. So this is where you have to see the genuinity of that audio file also, what is there. Third, if it is a video clipping, अगर आप कोई वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग आप प्रोड्यूस करना चाहते हो, एक्सीडेंट हो गया रोड के ऊपर और देयर इज सम डिस्प्यूट्स गोइंग ऑन बिटवीन टू पीपल क्वारलिंग and you're shooting that particular video and now you're uploading it on social media, that may also land you in trouble because that is also violation of privacy of the person whom you are going to zoom in or against whom you are going to produce it in the social media. He may challenge you, he may bring you to the court of law. Okay, without my permission and knowledge, he has shooted my particular personal moment either on the road or in the particular four walls. So this is also you have to take care before producing. शूट कर दोगे, सोशल मीडिया पे चढ़ा दोगे, कोई प्रॉब्लम लेगा, लेकिन जब तक वो एक्शन लेगा सामने वाला, then the police, he may lodge a complaint with the police may trace your IP or your IMEI and then they may hold of you, book you under the violation of privacy act, violation of privacy section and bring you before the court of law. So this is how you have to take precautions. Evidence, if it is a public place, there is a type of commotion which is going on in the public, which is not individually targeted, then this can be recorded because there are ample of judgment by the Supreme Court. You can record a particular moment in public place where the permissions are being given to police. आपने देखा होगा बहुत बार अभी police gathering, where there are mass gatherings, police themselves come along with handycams or they record on their mobile phones because that is count. They need evidence. We were recording and in the recording, if any untoward incident takes place, so it is captured in the particular and they have to, the same procedure has to be followed by the police also. They have to put it before the court of law in the form of evidence along with the certifications. So ये procedure आपको follow करना है. सुनने में बहुत ये difficult लगता है, बाप रे इतना सब करना पड़ता है, but when you follow it daily on a routine basis, it is very easy. It's just a couple of minutes it takes you to prepare a particular evidence. So these are the type of things which you have to take care in the electronic evidence. Now comes the cyber world. आप cyber से, because this is in your control, जो आपके control में आप certify कर सकोगे, but which is not in your control, how will you certify? For example, I'll give an example of Facebook. Facebook के ऊपर कोई comment आ गया, आपके पेज के ऊपर, आपके टाइमलाइन के ऊपर किसी ने डाल दिया, and now the police or the law enforcement agencies have come to your doorstep. आपको आपके घर पे आ गए कि आपके पेज के ऊपर ये पर्टिकुलर कमेंट डाला गया which is objectionable either by the state or by an individual person, and a complaint has been lodged against you and an unknown person, and we have traced your IP or your Wi-Fi router IP address, and now we have to take you in custody. That time, how will you prove your innocency? आप कैसे बताएंगे कि नहीं मैंने तो कुछ किया ही नहीं है, and some third person has entered into my profile and they have done this particular things. Over there you are in trouble now. How will you prove? अगर आप उसका आईपी एड्रेस का लॉग रिपोर्ट्स निकाल के देंगे कि मेरा वाईफाई यूज नहीं हुआ है और my IMEI is not being used, how will you prove it before the court of law? Or how will you prove it before the law enforcement agencies? You have to write down to the intermediary, that is Facebook or Instagram or whatever you are using. आपको उनको लिखना है. They will immediately send you your log ID. Yes, on Tuesday at 7 p.m. this was the IP which was being used, who was using your profile, and your IP is not matching with that particular IP. तो आप safe हो जाओगे. But how will you prove that? आप जब पुलिस के साथ जाके दोगे कि ये देखिए फेसबुक से मुझे ये आ गया है, लॉग रिपोर्ट्स आए हैं, तो दिस इज हाउ विल यू प्रूव इट टू द पुलिस के फेसबुक ने ही लिखा है और आपने खुद ने बनाया है. Over there, it is difficult to give a 65B certificate because it is not written by you. It is not certified by yourself. It is being sent by an intermediary who is overseas, who is not inclined with the court of law, with the law of the country. They will follow the laws which are applicable in their country. So they will not give you 65B certificate. At that time, you have to read the terms and conditions. Now, even Facebook or the other third intermediaries, after the amendment of the Information Technology Act in 2020, where the rules have been amended, the particular sections have been amended, where the intermediaries have been forced by the Indian government. If you are having a single user also on your web portal from India, then you have to comply with the Indian laws. So now all the companies, all the intermediaries have started following the Information Technology Act, and they have mentioned it in their terms and conditions. आपको सिर्फ उस पर्टिकुलर क्लॉज का प्रिंट आउट निकालना है फ्रॉम द टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस एंड द डिस्क्लेमर्स. वो निकाल के आपके इनोसेंसी जो भी आप प्रूव करोगे इन डॉक्यूमेंट्री फॉर्म, वो साथ में लगाना है कि यस, दिस इज वेयर फेसबुक हैज टेकन द अंडरटेकिंग कि व्हाटएवर इनपुट्स दे आर गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड इट टू द यूजर इज ऑथेंटिकेटेड बाय देमसेल्फ. सो दिस इज वेयर योर एविडेंस इज अलाउड इन द कोर्ट ऑफ लॉ and you may be proved innocent. So these are the things which you have to take care. It's a very drastic world nowadays under cyber. बहुत से केसेस ऐसे आते हैं जो डरावने हो जाते हैं. डर लगता है कि whether I should use a gadget or not. मुझे मोबाइल यूज करना चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए, मुझे इंटरनेट यूज करना चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए. But we go with the flow. पानी के बहाव में हम चलते रहते हैं without seeing the repercussions which will follow. So these are the things which you have to follow as you are a law students. आपको स्पेसिफिकली कोई भी फील्ड में आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे कल फ्यूचर में, whether you go into civil or criminal or any other particular specialized subject, आपको इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एविडेंस एक्सेप्ट करना ही पड़ेगा. You should know the particular basics of the electronic evidence, specifically the Indian Evidence Act. वो आपको पढ़ना बहुत जरूरी है. उसके अंदर सेक्शन 60 से लेकर सेक्शन 80 तक, ये आप अगर आप अच्छी तरह से पढ़ ले, so this will become very easy for you to start your draftings, to put up your evidence. You can help your seniors also if you specialize in this particular subject. You can help your seniors, you can help your colleagues. Okay, this is under what provision you should put your this particular document. Then automatically you will be in demand, because in our daily life it becomes very difficult for us. Now suppose for example if you just tell me कि okay आप customs का कोई case है सर, आप अभी custom law पढ़ लीजिए. I don't have time to read now customs because I am specialized for a particular segment. But if my junior or my intern is specialized in helping me in attaching that electronic evidence, then obviously I will take help of her or he. This will give him a boost in his or her career. So this is where I advise every one of you to read this particular Indian Evidence Act very thoroughly. कुछ भी questions होते हैं, go through it. There are ample of judgments on Indian Evidence Act by the Supreme Court. One judgment denying it, one judgment allowing it. Double benches is again allowing it and rejecting it. This will go on till the time of upgradation of technology, because जब तक technology, every minute the technology is getting upgraded. By the time we frame the law, तब तक तो बहुत कुछ नया आ जाता है. For example, right now हम बैठे हैं सोशल मीडिया वर्ल्ड के अंदर. अभी तक फ्यूचर में आपको बताता हूँ, सोशल मीडिया अभी पास्ट हो चुका है ऑलरेडी, इट इज गोइंग टुवर्ड्स द पास्ट. द फ्यूचर विच इज कमिंग इज द रोबोटिक, द artificial intelligence. These are the things which are going to come where you will not be interacting with humans, you will be interacting with machines. अगर उसमें अगर आप machines के साथ में interact कर रहे हो, और obviously wherever there are human involvements or machine involvement, there has to be crime. Crime होने ही वाला है. Now for that, when a crime is done by a machine, that time how will you prove? How will you go ahead? How will you get your evidence? किससे evidence लोगे आप? मशीनरी एविडेंस अगर आप लेंगे तो अगेन दैट इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एविडेंस कम्स इनटू पिक्चर. आप प्रूव कैसे? बिकॉज मशीन इज नॉट अ ह्यूमन, ही और शी विल नॉट, द मशीन इज ऑलवेज टर्म, द मशीन विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड आपको क्या चाहिए. दे विल जस्ट गिव यू एन आउटपुट, दे विल जस्ट फॉलो कमांड्स व्हिच इज बीइंग इनपुटेड बाय अ ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी, बाय अ ह्यूमन इन्वॉल्वमेंट. So this is where you have to read the future also, which is going to come in the next couple of years only. It will be very fast. It is already there in US and the European countries. The drones have taken place. Now even our governments are using drone technology. The Drone Act is coming out. The Cryptocurrency Act is coming out. The bills are already presented before both the houses. The social media laws are coming out. The E-commerce Act is coming out. So now you just imagine आपको specialized fields कितनी मिलने वाली है, लेकिन सबके अंदर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एविडेंस लगेगा. कोई भी प्रैक्टिस कीजिए आप, आपको इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एविडेंस ही लगाना पड़ेगा. डॉक्यूमेंट्री इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एविडेंस converted into form of documentary evidence. This will be a basics. So I will suggest section 60 से 80 तक आप पढ़िए, आप उसमें थोड़ा सा डिटेल्स में जाइए, जजमेंट्स पढ़िए अच्छे खासे. This will help you in your career, not related to your educational field right now, because information technology is not there in your syllabuses. वो at present नहीं है. लेकिन फ्यूचर जैसे ही आप प्रैक्टिस में आओगे या आप कहीं पे सीखने जाओगे, this knowledge will help you in your career. I would like to have some questions also in between, if anyone is there, if you have some queries related to whatever I have spoken right now.
Any queries, girls? Sir, I have a query.
Yeah, ma'am.
There are a couple of things. First and foremost, sir, thank you for such a wonderful session. It was really very informative. Yes. Coming to my query, you just suggested about social media fraud, whereby fake identities are made and people are, falling prey to those fraud committed by the fraudsters. You also highlighted the procedure of filing a complaint to the enforcement authority or police. So I need to understand what is the turnaround time a complainant can expect from the enforcement authority, whereby the things can be deactivated from the server, or how that process goes beyond. After once the complaint is lodged with the police, what is the next step the police or the nodal officer does, and how a complainant can follow up on that as a normal layman person?
Yeah, ma'am. Now, if you just because this is a good question, कि अगर मैंने कंप्लेंट लॉन्च कर दी और उसका मुझे रिजल्ट कब आएगा, बिकॉज एवरीवन वांट्स द रिजल्ट वेरी फास्ट. प्रीवियसली इट यूज्ड टू टेक मंथ्स, इंटरमीडिएट्स नेवर यूज्ड टू रिप्लाई. लेकिन इफ यू सी October 2020, देयर वाज अ forcing implementation of the new Information Technology Act, amendment of the rules, where section 69, which has been amended, has pressurized the intermediaries to comply with the complaints within 36 hours of the receipt of the complaint. तो 36 घंटे के अंदर इंटरमीडिएरीज उन्हें कहते हैं जो भी डेटाबेस मेंटेन कर रहे हैं. सो दे फॉलो अप योर कंप्लेंट and within 36 hours they will remove that content or solve your queries in whatever format you have sent it over there. And this is practically which is happening.
All right, thank you, sir. One more question I have regarding, say for example, if I go to a police station and file against a fraud which is committed, say for example, if a person is chatting with me on a Facebook or WhatsApp, and probably that is something related to a new job vacancies or something. It normally happens. It is very often. I'm sure even you are aware of that. कि fake profiles create किए जाते हैं Facebook पे and WhatsApp पे आपको unknown number से request आ जाती है. And the person who are in need of that job or probably who find कि चलो एक बार try कर लेता हूँ या try कर लेती हूँ, and that person fall prey to such conspiracies or such false acts. अब अगर वो person if he is a little rationally legally rational person है और वो जाकर के अपना complaint lodge कर देता है, ठीक है, नॉर्मली क्या होता है कि अगर पुलिस वाले नॉर्मल डायरीज में नोट डाउन कर लेंगे, बट whether there is a provision for filing an official FIR or NC, or it is just a normal recording things in their police diary and complainant को बोलेंगे कि हम आपको inform कर देंगे, how relevant is that or how admissible is that, और कैसे मैं बोलूँ, क्या ये sufficient enough है एक complainant के लिए, क्योंकि वो assure नहीं कर पा रहा है खुद को कि पुलिस अपना काम ठीक से कर पाएगी या नहीं, या मेरा डेटा जो डिस्क्लोज हुआ है या मेरा प्रोफाइल जो डिस्क्लोज हुआ है अगर उसका मिसयूज हुआ तो वो डर हर एक को होगा, तो वो हम कैसे अश्योरेंस कर सकते हैं? क्या उसके लिए कोई एक्नॉलेजमेंट पुलिस से हम एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं आफ्टर फाइलिंग द कंप्लेंट?
Yes, ma'am. Because nowadays ample of sextortion cases, complaints are going on, employment related as well as social media related. इसके अंदर जब आप पुलिस को कंप्लेंट देते हैं, इन दिस सच केसेस, बिकॉज समवेयर और द अदर योर डेटाबेस हैज बीन लीक्ड, कोई भी प्रोफाइल में से गया हो या आपके बैंकिंग में से गया हो, और यू योरसेल्फ हैज बीन सेंट अननोइंगली, आपने किसी को भेजा हो, एंड दिस पर्टिकुलर क्रिमिनल्स आर इन एक्सेस ऑफ योर डेटाबेस, दैट मीन्स वहां पे अगर आपका डेटाबेस गया मतलब आपकी ब्रीच ऑफ प्राइवेसी हो चुकी है. दैट इज द फर्स्ट प्रोविजन. सेकेंडली, अगर वो आइडेंटिटी यूज कर रहा है आपका कहीं पे भी, आपका डेटाबेस से आपका फोटोग्राफ और any other your name or anything, then that becomes an identity theft. वो भी provision IT Act के अंदर है. And third is, now they are contacting you or trying to blackmail you or trying to extort anything in the form of money or in the form of kind. So that is cheating because they have come with an intention to harm you. So all these three provisions are there in the IT Act, Information Technology Act. So the police has to convert your complaint into FIR. It is compulsory for them because you are a victim, you have been targeted, whether it is by your own negligence or by the without your knowledge, your database has been shared by you yourself, but somewhere or the other you have been victimized. So police will convert it into FIR, and once the FIR is done, they have to comply, they have to finish their investigations within 60 days. 60 days ke andar, because immediately once the FIR is there, nowadays the cyber complaints are not being handled by directly by the local police stations, or a ranking officer in the form of either in the form of superintendent of police or a DCP. If it's in a metropolitan city, the DCP follows with those cyber complaints, and every day pressure is being put before them, before the forensics department, as well as cyber experts are being deployed in most of the police stations, jahan pe they take help of the ethical hackers and immediately trace down and try to locate that particular criminal. And immediately the police will inform the complainant that you have to come along with your evidence because the accused is being traced over here. आपका एविडेंस हमें प्रोड्यूस कीजिए, आपको अक्यूज को हम 41A का नोटिस भेज रहे हैं टू बी प्रेजेंट ओवर हियर, एंड देन द केस स्टार्ट्स. दिस इज द प्रोसीजर वेयर यू कैन फॉलो.
थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक यू, थैंक यू. Any more queries, girls? If anyone wants to ask any question. Yes, girls, today's generation is social media.
See,
I'm sure girls should be having this query.
I should always, I don't know, whenever I give some webinars, and specifically in schools, colleges, that time I feel everyone knows everything. सबको सब आता है, इसलिए they are just mute spectators.
Absolutely.
लेकिन that is good for me actually. Mute spectators are good for a lawyer because बाद में कहीं ना कहीं वो टारगेट होके फिर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ मॉनेटरी फिर वो फीस दे के आते हैं कि सर मेरे साथ ऐसा हो गया, या मेरे क्लाइंट के साथ, मेरे फ्रेंड के साथ ऐसा हो गया, अभी क्या करना चाहिए. जब ओपन प्लेटफॉर्म मिल रहा है स्टूडेंट्स, यू शुड बी, और ऐसे नहीं है कि आप लोगों को कुछ भी पता नहीं है सोशल मीडिया में, यू आर एक्सपर्ट्स. आप सब लोग व्हाट्सएप यूज करते हो, आप सब लोग अभी जूम पे मतलब गूगल मीट पे हो. जो भी क्वेरीज है, ये ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई एग्जामिनेशन चल रहा है. I will be giving you answers from the practical world. This is just my one request.
Feel free, girls, to ask any question, any queries you have. You have a really golden opportunity to get through this technical, field and get your doubts clear. I'm sure कहीं ना कहीं सभी लोगों ने ये experience किया होगा some way or the other. So any doubts you have, girls, please come forward and ask the questions or any queries you have for that matter. One more query, sir. Uh, the section which you said about the certifying the evidence, that electronic evidence converting into documentary evidence. So the section which we have to mention or to be referred is section 65B4. Is that right? Of Evidence Act.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. To be little technical, I'm very keen towards this subject.
And that is there. That is regarding the producing. But how to, under what provisions you have to put before the court of law to convert it into electronic evidence, that is under Section 2 of the Information Technology Act.
Section 2 of IT Act.
Of
Okay.
the IT Act. That's a very crucial section. पहले आप इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्वर्ट करोगे, एक्सेप्ट होगा, तब जाके 65 भी लगेगा.
Okay. Okay.
पहले
Okay.
आपका मतलब मैं फीस भरूंगा तो मैं स्टूडेंट डिक्लेयर हो जाऊंगा आपके कॉलेज की. फीस ही नहीं भरूंगा तो आई एम नॉट ए स्टूडेंट.
Student, that's true.
So the same way, you have to allow the court to exhibit as an electronic evidence.
Okay. Okay.
Any other query?
Yes, students.
या तो मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स लगता है खाली लॉगिन करके बाहर गए होंगे, कुछ काम कर रहे होंगे.
Sir, I have one question.
हाँ, that's good. Yes, शांति जी.
Am I audible?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Shanti, you're audible. Go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir, I want to ask, suppose अगर हम किसी शॉप में जाते हैं and if we purchase something and हर शॉपकीपर की एक हैबिट होती है हर चीजों को बढ़ा चढ़ा के बोलना और उसको कैसे भी सेल करना, ठीक है. एंड दैट टाइम unknown that shopkeeper is not known about my recording or something. मैं कुछ रिकॉर्ड कर रही हूँ, सपोज मैंने वीडियो रिकॉर्ड किया या ऑडियो रिकॉर्ड किया एंड also I taken on the bill everything, so and so चीजों की फलान एंड फलान गारंटी होगी एंड वारंटी होगी एंड बाद में अगर चल के वो बंदा डिनाई करता है एंड आई गो टू कंज्यूमर कोर्ट, तो क्या मैं वो एविडेंस यूज कर सकती हूँ जो भी मेरा रिकॉर्डिंग होगा?
No, you can use the documentary evidence जो बिल के ऊपर लिखा हुआ है. That can be used, but not the recording. Instead, he can sue you for violation of privacy because it's a closed and it's a private place. It's not a public place.
Okay, sir.
Any queries, girls?
Good
So
morning,
one
sir.
more.
This is Karuna.
Yeah, Karuna ji.
I have one query. Like we are getting a fraud calls. Okay. तो अगर उस टाइम में हम पुलिस स्टेशन में जाते हैं विद द रिकॉर्डिंग और वहाँ पे हमें कहा जाता है कि लाइक ये तो मैडम अभी साइबर का है एंड एक्चुअली वो तो हमें भी बहुत सारा कॉल्स आता है, तो वो लोग सिम निकाल के फेंक देते हैं एंड ऑल, तो यू कांट ट्रैक देम. तो ऐसे सिचुएशन में हमने क्या करना चाहिए?
See, now actually practically अगर मैं see legally you can lodge a complaint. You have got your legal rights under the IT Act as well as the IPC. लेकिन practically अगर हम देखेंगे तो ये बहुत बड़ा इशू है. along with the police also, they are also helpless. क्योंकि सपोज आपने कोई पर्टिकुलर फोन नंबर दिया कि इस नंबर से मुझे फोन आ रहे हैं, पुलिस उसको इमीडिएटली दे ट्राई टू लोकेट, मतलब ट्राई टू कॉल दैट पर्टिकुलर नंबर. वो नंबर बंद मिलेगा बिकॉज वो सिम कार्ड निकाल के फेंक दिया जाता है.
यस यस
या ये प्रेजेंट सिनेरियो. बट अगर आप लोगों को पता होगा, अगर इफ यू माइट बी रीडिंग न्यूज़पेपर्स और अटेंडिंग लॉ सेमिनार्स एंड ऑल, द डेटा प्राइवेसी बिल which is pending before both the houses from past 2018, that is mostly that will mostly be accepted by February. That will be converted into Data Privacy Act. उसके अंदर सपोज फॉर एग्जांपल आपको कोई कॉल आया और वो एग्जांपल वोडाफोन का है, वोडाफोन सर्विस प्रोवाइडर का है, then you don't have to see who is using it. You can sue directly Vodafone. The act will prosecute Vodafone कि आपका ये सिम कार्ड गया कैसे बाहर, and who is the person who has used this SIM card. They will have their own investigation team. The police will write down the complaint against Vodafone कि आपका ये सिम कार्ड बाहर आया कैसे, either from the grey market or somewhere or the other there is a technical issue or the database has been leaked. KYC forms आप follow नहीं कर रहे हो, and it's a criminal prosecution as well as civil prosecution. So most of the companies are worried क्योंकि उनके obviously their sales will drop down. Majority chunk of SIM cards are being purchased by cyber criminals. एक साथ में 5,000 सिम कार्ड खरीदते वो लोग. So this is where a stoppage will be there because of this particular act. और जो harassment individuals को हो रही है, that will be put into a particular freezing. But ये अगर हम सिम रिलेटेड इश्यूज है, अगर VPN टेक्नोलॉजी यूज हो रही है, एट प्रेजेंट एवरीवन इज यूजिंग दैट नाउ, VPN टेक्नोलॉजी यूज हो रही है, देन इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू or for anyone to trace out who is the person, what IP he is using, and from which country he is there. So this is where technology is increasing every day. Our laws as well as our follow-ups are not coming up to that particular target. So this we have to go as per the flow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, ma'am.
So I have one more query.
Yeah, ma'am. सारी queries आप ही को है, बाकी सब स्टूडेंट बैठे हुए हैं.
Maybe I'm
नहीं,
representing.
I understand you are taking it on behalf of your students.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And there's one more student who has raised
I
the
know
query.
Shanti ji is raising her hand.
Yes, yes. Shanti, you may go ahead.
It's okay, ma'am. You can continue. Later on, I'll ask.
Thank you. So my query was, you just referred about the robotic intelligence and artificial intelligence. So in coming future, now the social media and what we are using in current days, that is going to be outdated very soon. So how fatal it could turn out to be, frauds committed in disguise of robotic intelligence, and how we can catch hold of, or probably how we can encounter such problems, sir. Any idea or any forecasting about those situations?
In this तो even I cannot say anything because क्या टेक्नोलॉजी अभी एट प्रेजेंट जो करंट चल रहा है वो मैं आपको गाइड कर सकता हूँ. फ्यूचर में क्या टेक्नोलॉजी, व्हाट सॉफ्टवेयर, व्हाट प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज they are going to use. For example, nowadays what we are using is totally developed under the Python language.
Yes.
तो अगर Python, I can understand Python language, I can understand the source code, तो मुझे पता चल जाएगा कि ये सोर्स कहाँ से आ रहा है. लेकिन अभी फ्यूचर कौन सा अपग्रेडेशन आने वाला है, that even I don't know. Now robotic अगर आप देखेंगे, most of the compliances है, there is a particular bank which is a very famous private bank. They have replaced human managers with robotic managers. Robots are sitting in the bank. They are interacting with the consumers. You just the robot is sitting just like a human robot is there on the chair in the manager's cabin.
Yes.
Now just imagine, suppose अगर आपने उनको कोई रिक्वेस्ट दी है कि ओके ये मेरा पैसा है सर, आपको ट्रांसफर करना है इस पर्टिकुलर अकाउंट में. नाउ दैट रोबोट और द मशीन मेक्स अ मिस्टेक, वो पैसा आपके अकाउंट की जगह किसी और के पास चला गया. Now that very moment, against whom are you going to lodge a complaint? Against the bank, obviously, but the human police आके किसको अरेस्ट करेगी?
Yes, there is no human error. You cannot call it as a human error.
Yeah.
So how to encounter such situation? That
So
was my
over
question.
here, this is where we have to, the laws have to be amended. But now the drafted amendment which we have produced before the Home Ministry consists of all these things also. The future crime will be this. जैसे drones. For example, अगर drone ने कोई गलती की या drone ने कोई particular picture capture किया which is prohibited, तो हम किसे पकड़ेंगे? Right now we can just see the operator of that particular drone. लेकिन if the operator of the drone is also a machine, then that time what will we do? How will we trace that particular human involvement? अगर कोई human involvement, for example, वियतनाम में बैठा है और वो इंडिया के ड्रोन को कंट्रोल कर रहा है यहाँ पे बैठे, it will become, because the border jurisdiction is a very major issue in the cyber world.
Yes.
So all these things have to be taken. It's a joint effort where the civilians, the citizens, as well as the government has to come forward. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो seriously लेनी है. We don't have to wait for disasters to happen. In 2020 itself, there was a cyber war. I don't know whether how much of you are aware or not, but the cyber war has also taken place. That was the first cyber war which has taken place between 5 countries, where India was also a part of it. We have participated in that cyber war. So this is which is going to take place. This is a war without blood, but cyber war is very dangerous rather than the land war. So these are the things which is future. It is very drastic. Now we have to go as per the trend.
Thank you so much, sir. Over to you, Shanti. If you have a query, please go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. So I have a question.
Yeah.
Shanti, there's a disturbance in your line. Please adjust your mic. No. It's static.
using
The
a
voice is
earphone?
totally static. You can take out your headphones and use your mobile phone directly if you are comfortable with that.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have two questions. One, I want to
Yeah.
ask, WhatsApp chat can be produced as a evidence in a court?
What's the
WhatsApp
step?
chat.
WhatsApp chat. Yes, that can
Yes.
be produced as an evidence, but provided you have to certify it.
Okay, sir. So another question I have, the sting operation, as we see on the news channels, so that can be produced as evidence.
For example, if there was a famous, I will not name that particular reporter. It's a four-year-old case where in Goa he had done a sting operation. So instead, when he had gone to the court to produce that evidence, he was taken behind bars and is still in the jail.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank
So
you,
you
sir.
have to see what you are producing, private place, public place, whom are you targeting. You have to put all those things in record.
So those plays which are written as a under you are under surveillance or CCTV, something is written on the board. So that
Yeah.
place we can use camera or recording, and that can be produced.
बिकॉज दैट्स अ पब्लिक प्लेस यू माइट हैव अगर आप जाके देखेंगे बहुत जगह पे तो ये जो स्टिकर लगाया रहता है या अलर्ट लगाया रहता है दैट्स आर मोस्टली इन द पब्लिक प्लेसेस that you are under surveillance either for in the society compound or in a particular mall or in a shop which is having a major departmental store or something. But अगर आप कोई प्राइवेट प्लेस में हो और ये अगर रखा गया है कि यू आर अंडर सर्वेलेंस देन यू कैन चैलेंज दैट पर्टिकुलर कैप्चर द रिकॉर्डिंग्स.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Good afternoon, sir.
good morning,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
Sir, मुझे एक क्वेश्चन था सर.
जी.
हेलो.
हाँ बोलिए बोलिए मैम.
हाँ सर, एज एन एडवोकेट हम कोर्ट में ये इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एविडेंस के तौर पे मोबाइल का लोकेशन या फिर व्हाट्सएप का चैट या फिर ऐसा कुछ एविडेंस हमको है, बट पुलिस कोऑपरेट नहीं कर रही है. लेकिन मैं एक एडवोकेट हूँ, मुझे वो एविडेंस देना है. तो क्या कंपनी तो कोई फॉर एग्जांपल वोडाफोन के ऑफिस में मैं गई और मैंने पूछा कि मुझे उस डेटा चाहिए कि कितने बजे किसको कॉल गया था, ये एविडेंस मुझे देना. तो क्या एडवोकेट को वो राइट्स है कि ऐसा डेटा कंपनी दे, या फिर मैं ऐसा पूछ सकती हूँ किसी को, मुझे केस है, क्लाइंट है और मुझे ये चाहिए आपके यहाँ से.
No.
राइट्स है.
Yeah. See, you are an advocate that is certified by the bar, not by the government. So you have no authorities to go and ask any service provider कि मुझे ये particular person का database चाहिए, because that doesn't come under the purview. Only law enforcement agencies, not even the police inspector, the senior inspector of the police station can demand. It has to go only through the superintendent of police or the deputy commissioner of police, which directs the particular service provider to give the location or the CDR. इसके अंदर बहुत फेमस केस है where one of our senior lawyers was arrested by the Thane police, which is known as the CDR case, with the नवाजुद्दीन सिद्दीकी केस, जिसके अंदर फैमिली केस के अंदर लॉयर ने उनके सारी डिटेल्स निकलवाई पर्टिकुलर सर्विस प्रोवाइडर से, और जब वो कोर्ट में प्रोड्यूस हुआ वाइफ ने चैलेंज किया एंड दैट चैलेंज वाज कन्वर्टेड इनटू एफआईआर, and the lawyer as well as Nawazuddin Siddiqui and the other people who are involved in extracting that particular database were arrested. So this, we are not allowed to do this because there is a special very severe punishment for extracting any particular database which is from a protected system, because CDR or the call details or the location of a particular person is authorized only by central and the state agencies up to a rank of a deputy commissioner of a police.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah,
What is the
बट हम लोग
demonstrative
कोर्ट को
evidence
अगर
and testimonial
रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे कि
evidence?
इस तरीके का मुझे एविडेंस चाहिए, तो कोर्ट के परमिशन से हो सकता है क्या?
हाँ, अगर आपको कुछ चाहिए तो यू हैव टू गो थ्रू द कोर्ट. आपको कोर्ट में एप्लीकेशन डालना है. कोर्ट, इट इज नाउ ऑन द मर्सी ऑफ द कोर्ट वेदर दे अलाउ और नॉट. इट्स ऑन द कोर्ट. इफ यू हैव अ कोर्ट ऑर्डर, ऑब्वियसली दे विल गिव यू.
So my question is demonstrative evidence and testimonial evidence. What are these? evidences kind of
See,
thing?
now this is both of them are coming under the purview of electronic evidence also. Now, testing is that you have to certify what evidence you are going to give it, produce before the court, in what format you are going to give it. You're going to give it before the court. So that is also a part which I have mentioned, that section 60 to 80 that takes care of this particular evidence. Now, demonstrating it comes under primary evidence, where you are going to play that particular or show that live document or the electronic gadget before the particular court. For example, you are going to give up a mobile handset. You are going to produce that particular handset itself before the court. Then that becomes the primary evidence. In that you don't have to certify anything. आपको कोई भी documentary evidence साथ में लगाना नहीं है. So that becomes the demonstrative evidence.
Is this is valid evidence in the
Yes,
court?
this is valid in court of law if you give it in the form of primary evidence.
And what's the difference between the real evidence and documentary evidence, sir?
See, real is that only primary evidence and secondary evidence. There are two formats of evidence. Primary is the original, and secondary is a copy of that particular original.
Okay, so
I'll give you an
the
example.
secondary
where I have handled a particular celebrity case. बैंड्रा में है, बहुत बड़े सेलिब्रिटी है, I will not name them. उनके घर के बाहर फैंस का गैदरिंग हुआ था और जिसके कारण उनके बॉडीगार्ड्स ने उन पे लाठीचार्ज करवाया था थ्रू पुलिस एंड ऑल. One of the fan who was standing in the mob captured those particular लाठीचार्ज on his mobile. लेकिन जैसे ही उनके बॉडीगार्ड को पता चला कोई वीडियो कैप्चरिंग कर रहा है तो उसने उसका मोबाइल तोड़ दिया. लेकिन फिर जाके बैंड्रा पुलिस स्टेशन में वो एफआईआर हुई. एफआईआर में प्राइमरी एविडेंस ही प्रोड्यूस कर दिया उस कंप्लेनेंट ने, तो टूटा मोबाइल. Now, as it was to be sent to the forensic department, it couldn't be accessed because forensic department denied it is not in a working condition. I was representing that complainant. We went before the High Court in the form of a writ. वहां पे I immediately produced that broken mobile before the court. That this was the primary evidence and it was in a working condition at the time of recording. It is broken after the recording is there, so the database is still in that particular mobile. It is there in the storage. So it may be extracted immediately as it was before the High Court. High Court accepted it in the form of primary evidence. I did not have to certify anything. It was sent to forensic. A particular 48 hours ultimatum was given to the forensic department and the video was extracted and produced before the court on a laptop. Yes, this is the video and it was proved. Yes, the bodyguards had thrashed that particular, the mob and that particular complainant, due to which a civil penalty was imposed on that particular celebrity and he had to pay 27 lakhs to the complainant. So this is where you don't have to prove the authenticity, you just have to hand over the primary evidence.
Thank you, sir. I think.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So,
I have a query.
Acha, Merunisa, go ahead.
So in Corona period, everyone is working with online, and every company or Lenscard company and Amazon, everyone. And I apply one Lenscard for my specs and lenses. They said कि आप मैम ऐप ऑन कीजिए तो हम आपको वैरायटी ऑफ लेंसेज शो करेंगे. तो इन दैट केस कि हमारे मोबाइल में जो भी गूगल पे या फिर दैट फोन पे का होगा जो भी पासवर्ड, तो वो क्या लीक हो सकता है सर?
Yes, because जब आपको ऐप डाउनलोड करते हो, you yourself are giving permissions to that particular company that you can access our contacts, you can access our cameras, you can access our database and everything. और जब आप खुद ही परमिशन दे रहे हो तो they are legally safeguarded. So that's why think 10 times before installing any particular app.
Okay, sir.
And suggestion to everyone, in every seminar I tell people, आज की तारीख में 2 SIM कार्ड रखना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. Everyone is having, most of the 90% people are having 2 SIM cards.
तो सर इसमें फ्रॉड हो सकता है?
Pardon?
सर इसमें फ्रॉड हो सकता है?
Obviously होता ही है. अब आप देखो Zomato, Swiggy के अंदर सब यही सब इश्यू हो रही है ना. फ्रॉडस्टर्स इसी का फायदा उठाते हैं. आपको एक ऐप डाउनलोड करने को बोलते हैं और आप जैसे ऐप डाउनलोड कर देते हो, इमीडिएटली आपका पैसा गायब. Because they extract your keyloggers, they immediately install keyloggers on your mobile or your laptop, whatever you are using. तो जो भी आपने टाइप किया है वो उनके पास नोटपैड में चला जाता है and then they log in into a bank account and take away your money. So it's an advice, always keep your financial transactions on a small, not a big mobile. कोई expensive mobile नहीं लेना है. 2,500 में मोबाइल मिलता है. उस मोबाइल के अंदर आपके सारे फाइनेंशियल ट्रांजेक्शन, आपके फाइनेंशियल ऐप वो वहां पे रखिए, और सोशल मीडिया और जो भी आपका पब्लिक फोन बनाना है वो अलग रखिए. डोंट कंबाइन बोथ ऑफ थिंग्स टुगेदर. अभी एट प्रेजेंट बोलेगा अरे ये कौन रखेगा, 2,500-3,000 कौन खर्चा करेगा, लेकिन अगर आपका हार्ड अर्न मनी चला गया, ऐसे 10 मोबाइल मिल जाएंगे. So this is a habit which you have to adopt, which I am already adopting. All my juniors as well as my relatives, I made them adopt this particular habit.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, Renuka ji.
Yeah. So I have one more question. What comes under private evidence? What?
Private evidence.
Yes, if we can say that is a public evidence or private evidence if
Private
we are
evidence
giving.
is which is within your control. Public evidence, for example, अगर आप रोड पे जा रहे हो और कोई एक्सीडेंट हो गया, there is a CCTV on a signal, so that is not in your control. So that is public evidence. You have to go to a particular department and seek that particular evidence. Private is which is within your control yourself, which is your own database.
So if something is in my mobile or my PC or from something I am
so that's your private.
getting it, that's my private
Yeah.
evidence.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. So we can make it as an evidence in the court. Is it valid?
Yes, it is valid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I think we can conclude the
Yes,
session.
ma'am. I would also, because I have to rush.
Yes. I'll quickly, sir, present my vote of thanks. Good afternoon, one and all. I am Professor Dipali Kaude on behalf of Seva Mandal Education Society, Srimati Kamlaben Gambhir Chand Shah Law School. And I'm here to present vote of thanks to our guest and the key speaker for today's webinar, Advocate Pankaj Bafna, sir. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and taking out time from your busy schedule for today's webinar. So you really gave a thorough session, and it was really amazing session, an interactive session rather, I would say. And I'm sure today's session is going to help our student in their academics as well as in their future practice. I further extend my vote of thanks to our management for their constant support, and our principal, Mrs. Rakhi Gadve ma'am, for her enthusiasm and encouragement for carrying out such wonderful sessions for all the students. I also thank the Vice Principal, Sir Mr. Rajesh Kardak, sir, teaching and non-teaching staff, and all the students for participating in today's webinar and making it a grand success, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
I conclude
Thank
the
you so
session.
much, sir. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
sir.
Girls, there is an announcement. Girls, there is an announcement. Please hold on. Tomorrow we are celebrating Christmas Eve in our college. So I request active participation, and related message and invites will be sent on your respective groups. So we all expect your active participation for the Christmas party which is organized in the college. Okay. Thank you.